Hello, friends. Today we are going to enter into a special topic, that is the pollution. First, we will discuss a very brief idea about pollution, and after that, we will specifically discuss three types of pollution. One is soil pollution, then air pollution, then water pollution. And this session is devoted to or given to a discussion on the soil pollution. First, we will very briefly discuss what is pollution. You may be knowing the term pollution, and you very clearly know what is pollution. But on a different perspective, when you consider pollution, you will see that it's a human intervention on natural environment. As part of this human intervention in the natural environment, the life supporting ability of the natural environment, when it is lost, maybe by the addition of some uh, liquids or solids or gases into the natural environment, that may be considered generally as pollution. Natural environment very broadly you can classify into air environment, air, water, and land. When there is addition of any new material or some materials which are part of the components of natural environment, but when their content increases to a higher level, that may generate a situation by which the life supporting ability or the natural property of air or water or land is decreased or even lost. That is the meaning of the term pollution. By this, you may think that pollution is always man made. No, there are some situations in which pollution becomes natural also. For example, when there is eruption of a volcano naturally, some dust, some gases, some solids, etc., may be introduced into the natural environment. It is actually geogenic pollution. But pollution, in the strict sense of the term, means pollution made by human beings. So, now we will enter into a very specific discussion on soil pollution. Soil pollution. Before that, you need to know what is soil. Soil is a very unique, finite resource, natural resource, on which the pyramid of life is placed by nature. If you consider the process of origin of soil, you will see that nature may take about 300 or more years to generate an inch thick soil on the surface of the earth. And now you consider the process of origin of soil. You may be knowing that soil is originated or formed by the process known as weathering. Weathering, or more specifically, rock weathering. The hard rocks exposed on the surface of the earth, they interact physically and chemically or even biologically with the surface of the earth, by which the rock becomes unstable, and physically it may be disintegrated, chemically it may be decayed, and you get some products known as rock waste. And this rock waste, when it is accumulating on the surface of the earth, it may undergo some other natural changes or natural processes by which soil is originated. The rock waste mostly, or first, it is colonized by bacteria and other microorganisms. After that, some organic material available in the rock waste may react with the bacteria, that is going to generate a brown jelly like material with a very complex chemical composition known as the humus. And this humus, when it is originated, you will see that this originally purely inorganic material by name rock waste is going to be transformed into a material with life, and after that small primitive plants may start growing in that. Mosses, fungi, etc. may start growing on this material, and after that herbs, shrubs, or even trees will grow. By that process, the material will be generating large number of pathways by which water and air can be circulated through this material, and you get the final product, that is soil. So this is a very brief idea about the origin of soil. Now we'll enter into soil pollution. So now we know what is soil. So soil pollution is, as I already mentioned, it's a human intervention by which, as part of our physical life on the surface of the earth, or as part of our developmental activities for increasing our quality of life, you may be generating number of pollutants or unwanted materials, and which may be added on to the surface of the earth. Soil will be receiving it. Soil is having a natural ability to assimilate some biological materials or biodegradable materials by the activity of the microbes present in the soil. So that will be disintegrated. But when the materials which you add on to the soil, when they are not completely biodegradable, that will be residing in the soil, and as a result the quality of the soil will be degenerated, and this process is soil pollution. It is not a problem actually, it's not an environmental problem, it is actually an environmental intervention by human beings on the surface of the earth. And as a result of this environmental intervention, when there is loss of crops, when there is contamination and poisoning of the drinking water, you consider it as an environmental problem or environmental issue. Now, if you consider what are the major interventions by which soil is polluted, you will see that the most important sector, one of the most important sector that is going to pollute the soil is agriculture itself. Modern agriculture, when you use pesticides, insecticides, herbicides and fertilizers, for example, these are chemicals which are going to pollute the soil, change the nature of the soil. For example, consider the case of pesticides and insecticides. Before Second World War, or during Second World War, or even immediately after Second World War, we were using, or farmers were using, nicotine present in tobacco to destroy the pests or insects. And after that, DDT was invented, and people found that DDT is a better or best choice to destroy the insects and pests. But by 1962, Rachel Carson published Silent Spring. You might have heard it. Rachel Carson published Silent Spring, and in Silent Spring, it was actually the story of pesticides, insecticides like DDT, and Rachel Carson was able to convince the whole world that DDT, when you use as insecticide or pesticide, it is directly entering into the food chain, and it is entering into the even the human body. And after that, DDT was banned in countries including US, and the agriculture sector went for some other pesticides like carbonates or phosphates, organophosphates, etc. But they were also generating problems to the soil. These pesticides, insecticides like DDT or carbonates or organophosphates, when we apply it on the soil, problem is that they are not biodegradable normally, and their residence time in the soil is in hundreds of years. That means the residue of DDT or other pesticides or insecticides, that will be remaining in the soil in the form of residues, and they are going to be entering into the groundwater also or surface water also, causing a secondary pollution to another part of the environment in addition to soil, another part of the environment like water environment. And if you consider the case of herbicides, which were of course which were having less residence time in the soil, for example in months, but that were also proved to be not good for human health, that were generating some birth defects in children and similar problems. So after that, if you consider the case of chemical fertilizers, you will see that most of the fertilizers, nitrogen containing fertilizers or sulfur sulfate containing fertilizers, they are going to acidify the soil. Soil becomes acidified, and in addition to the acidification of the soil, they are actually breaking the natural bond between the soil particles. That means the soil becomes more vulnerable to erosion, and finally this may lead to even desertification of that particular area. That means unscientific use of huge amount of chemical fertilizers may result soil pollution, and finally that will end up in desertification of that particular part of the surface of the earth. And another very important sector that is going to pollute the soil is industrial sector. Maybe knowing that a large number of industries are generating huge amount of solid waste or even liquid waste, and the easiest way to dispose this waste is to the soil, whether it is organic compounds, petrochemicals, or whether it is plastic, or whether it is other chemicals like ammonia. All are going to alter the net chemistry of the soil, by which also the soil loses its ability to support the life of organisms, plants and animals, including that of human beings. So industrial sector is another very important contributor to the soil pollution. And the third very important sector is the domestic sector. Domestic sector, most important pollutant of soil is plastics, which we know. When we dump plastic to soil surfaces, we know that plastic is not biodegradable. So it will be remaining in the soil for years. And after some thousands of years, plastic may be converted to microplastics, and this microplastic will be able to generate problems to plant life and water quality. And presence of plastics in soil is going to generate problems to the infiltration of groundwater also. So that is the case of plastic. And another source of pollution, soil pollution from domestic sector is when you are unscientifically managing the electronic waste. You will be tempted to dump the electronic waste onto the surface of the soil. From the electronic waste, heavy metals like nickel, chromium, mercury, etc. may be entering into the soil. There are two problems from this entry of heavy metals into the soil from electronic waste. First one is that there is every chance for this heavy metal group to enter into the infiltrated water, and finally it will be reaching the groundwater, and that may generate groundwater pollution. Another issue is that when heavy metals enter into the soil, the plants growing in that part of the soil will be absorbing the heavy metals also, along with other nutrients, plant nutrients. After absorption from the soil into the plant body, then only the plant realizes that these nutrients or these heavy metals are not required for their growth. So what they are going to do is that they will be storing these heavy metals in their body parts. So if these plants are our vegetables, which we grow in our land near our house, we will be using these plant parts as our food, and the heavy metals may be directly entering into our body also. So this is another way of contaminating the soil by the domestic sector. So friends, with this we come to the end of this particular session, where in which we have discussed specifically about the soil pollution, and soil has to be considered as a very important, unique, finite resource, and it has to be conserved for the future generations to come, because all the generations or any generation may require agriculture for their survival. Thank you. Thank you very much.